Hey guys, welcome back to my kitchen. Jennifer Masson here, and thanks for tuning in again. You may be wondering, what the heck am I doing on Facebook Live at this hour on a Sunday? Well, I have news for you. I get up very early every day. Today I actually got up later than usual, so I think it was like 6:30. But I have to do that in order to get things done. And who's here? Candace, hey, yeah, it's early, 8 a.m. on a Sunday. So I'm back to do this oatmeal, okay? It's not really oatmeal technically, but last time I did it, it was a royal failure because I forgot to put out a couple ingredients. This time I planned it, and it will work. So I'm going to show you exactly how to make it. Sometimes when you're following a low-carb or keto type plan, you just want oatmeal, right? And so I'm going to say good morning to everybody. Nicole, hey. Okay, hi. Kush, Dr. Patel, you need to try this recipe. So here I'm going to show you. First, I use unsweetened almond milk, and I put 1/2 a cup. This is what I did, and I actually poured it in here to kind of get it warmed up so it won't take forever to boil. And then, hang on, I got to get my spoon. Okay. Here I am. I'm back. Da-da-da. All right, so 1/4 cup of hemp. Okay, you see that? Hemp hearts. And so I pour that in there. And you know what's really neat? You just bring that to a boil and then lower it, because you don't want it to cook really at high temperatures. But check out this. This is a little spoon, but it's silicone, right? And it's perfect for these little pots. So once you get it warmed up to like a low simmer boil, just lower it, okay? Lower it. Now, once the hemp is in there, this is the trick, okay guys? And if you're not fully fat adapted or your gastrointestinal system's a little off, you know, this might be a little rough on you, but you're gonna put in 1 tablespoon of ground flax. Now, I have the flax that looks like that. It's that color, but you can use golden flax, whatever. It doesn't matter. Just make sure they're not the little seeds. You know, the seeds that look like fleas? For those of you that know what fleas look like. Anyway, okay, so flax, and then there's 1.5 teaspoons of chia seed. Okay, they almost look like little poppy seeds. Okay, so pour that in there. This is pretty easy. Okay, now, I put in cinnamon. If you like cinnamon, put more. If you don't like it, leave it out. You can put pumpkin pie spice. I put in 1/2 teaspoon. And then a pinch of sea salt. Then, aren't these cute? They look like little beakers. See that? 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla. That goes in. Okay, and this is 1.5 teaspoons of grass-fed butter and 1.5 teaspoons of coconut oil. Here's the thing. You want a total of a tablespoon. Do you not like coconut oil? My husband does not really care for it, especially in oatmeal. You can use a tablespoon of grass-fed butter. Do you not like butter? You can use all coconut oil. Or, hang on one second. You can even use brain octane, okay? This is the bulletproof brain octane. You can also use the Prove It, MCT. I also have that. It's very mild flavored. It just depends. Okay, so now here's the thing. I got these little packets of Swerve. Swerve is actually a sugar alcohol. It's called erythritol, and you can get it generic name, whatever, but basically like 1 or 2 teaspoons, if you want. Just adds a little teeny tiny bit of sweetness. Growing up, I used to eat oatmeal with butter and salt, okay? And my husband thought like, what the heck? But that's the way I grew up eating it. He grew up eating it with cinnamon and, you know, sugar and all that. So, do that. Now, seriously, like let it cook for a minute and you're good. All right, here's the trick. Now, you can use any kind of ground nut flour. This is almond flour. If you're allergic to almonds, don't use it, obviously. We don't want any anaphylactic shocks from the oatmeal. You can use walnut flour. You can, whatever, you can grind your own in a food processor. So 2 tablespoons. Do you guys know, by the way, that 1/4 of a cup has 4 tablespoons? So if you're ever doing a recipe where you're like, you can't figure out how to break it down, 4 tablespoons in 1/4 of a cup. So now you're going to take it off the heat, okay? Put in the flour, the almond flour, or whatever you're using, and stir it. Okay. All right, stirred. It's looking like it's supposed to look, because when I did this the other day, it was totally a big mess. All right, so it's going to turn off your stove here, and then just wait a minute. So I'm going to move these things away. Normally, I cook, I'm a disaster area. Everything's always all over the place. And I don't have things pre-measured out. So this is just to make things easier when I'm, doing this. Now, what I like to do is, normally, I'll eat this. I already ate mine this morning, so I'm just making this, and I'm going to put it in a mason jar, like a little baby one. You can do the flat ones. See, I have this. This is leftover. But what you do, I like to do it because then you can just put these in the microwave, take the top off, and that's it. I don't ever microwave anything in plastic. Not good. Don't do that. Okay, so if you're doing it, stop. It changes the chemical makeup, and it leaches into the chemicals into the food. Not good. And then, we can talk about that on a separate, I'll do a video because I'm doing my YouTube stuff too. That contributes to pseudoestrogens, and that's where we get a lot of issues with, estrogen dominance, and, not to get into it, but anyway, here's the deal. So now just pour, this is what it looks like. See, that's what it's supposed to look like. Can you see? I don't want to pour it I don't want to pour it out. So then you pour it right into the little container. And I'm sorry if I'm making a mess here. Like that. You guys may wonder, how the heck did I get involved in doing this? It started a long time ago. I was always one that was in favor of a low-carb diet. And I'm going to post a picture, but I was overweight as a kid and a teenager. I was. And, anyway, so you put some chopped nuts on top there, right? Chopped nuts, and there you go, right? You can put some berries, raspberries, blueberries have higher carb content. But anyway, I was overweight as a kid and a teenager. I grew up in an Italian family, and we used to eat a lot of bread and pasta and macaroni, and, who knew? And just, before I started all this, I had all my blood work done for functional nutrition, and it just came up that, my DNA says that I would have a tendency to become insulin resistant. My grandmother had diabetes. She died, she was 69. And that was part of what influenced me into becoming a nutritionist. Things could have been very different, but not to go on about that. So once I found what worked for me, I went to school, I did it, but then I was thrown a wrench, okay? Things happen in life where you don't know what's going to happen. So always be prepared for the unexpected. And so I got this tumor in my head, and it was traumatic. It threw a wrench into my career plans. So, I had surgery, I had kids, and just went on with my life. I wasn't thinking I was ever going to put myself out there in front of people. And I just felt so strongly about what's going on in the world in nutrition and ketogenic stuff, and, prove it, how much I love it. I had to share it. I just had to share it, and it's been great. So thank you all for watching. And so this is it. Put the cover on, a cute little cover. All right, I'll take the one off this. And you can put it in the fridge. See, I have a light there. And that's it. Voila. All done. So I hope you have a really good morning, and I'm going to do some more videos, so keep watching.